What is up everyone, Barricade here. Happy Halloween guys, and believe it or not, I am finally bringing you guys a sequel to my creepypasta, That's Enough. So let's go ahead and dive right in guys. Ramon. Ramon the Stone is what they called me. Growing up, I couldn't care less about anyone. The only person I gave a shit about was my mother, but she's dead. Died from some cancer or some stupid shit like that. The bitch was always nagging me, and now that she's gone, it felt good to be free. My father was a piece of shit drunk who always beat me and my brother. Something as simple as rolling my eyes or saying something out of line meant a fist in my mouth and a foot up my ass. My brother was always a pansy-ass little coward. Poor moron got double the beatings. Some from my dad, and some from me. I can't wait to get the hell out of here and never look back. I guess I have one good thing going for me. Everyone at school respected and feared me. They didn't do so much as want to give me a bad stare because they knew it would mean trouble. The younger kids called me Ramon the Stone because they knew what would happen if they ever crossed me. Poor new kid didn't even see it coming. All he saw was my fist in his jaw and his own teeth on the floor. It felt fun to beat the hell out of someone so weak. My life consisted of me going to this dumbass school, learning nothing, picking on my victims, and going home to enjoy some Gears of War 4. Every night I would squat up with my so-called friends. We would destroy everyone. Every time I would find someone new to pick on, it felt good talking so much shit to them in and outside the matches. I can't count how many times I made someone block me. We were playing a match on King of the Hill, and the match was close. Both teams needed 10 points to win the final round, and it was over. I saw the entire team running into the ring to cap it. The map was lift, and I had the broom shot. I was about to get a quin with just one shot, and right when I pulled the trigger, my stupid dumbass friend John walked right in front of me and made me kill myself. The enemy team caps, and we fucking lose! My blood boiled, and I screamed at his stupid ass, "John, what the fuck?" I yelled. "You just made us lose the fucking game, idiot. Great job." Everyone in the party chat was silent. "Well, you're off the team, and no longer my friend. Be gone, you piece of shit." I kicked John from the party and tell everyone in the party chat to unfriend John and stop talking to him when we go to school tomorrow. He is no longer our friend, I say. Next day I get to school and John, of course, tries to talk to me. "I'm sorry, Ramon," he says. "Sorry doesn't cut it, John. You were always the scrub player on our team anyways. Don't talk to me. I don't associate with trash." He walks towards me. "But Ramon..." He didn't get to finish because the next thing he knew, he was on the ground after he took the back of my hand to his face. I laughed as I walked away. I never wanted to speak to that idiot again. Next few weeks were all the same shit. School, fighting with my shitty dad, and Gears 4. One thing I noticed though, is ever since that day with John, he looked different. Almost every day. He looked pale, and even looked like he was losing weight. I couldn't care for that though. His fault for being an idiot. I couldn't care less if he was depressed. One night a few days later, I'm playing with my squad again, and out of the luck of the draw, we run into John on the opposing team. I remembered his gamertag and he was playing with randoms. We utterly destroyed the team he was on, teabagged him every chance we got, and I talked so much shit to him in messages after the game was over. He never replied, of course. Freaking coward. An hour passed and I got a message notification on my screen. I thought it was John for a second, but then I noticed something weird. The notification said, "Has sent you a message," but it didn't show the gamertag. I opened the message to see that it just had 2 words in it. "That's enough." I was so confused. I replied with a message saying, "Is this you, John? I don't know how you hid your gamertag like that, but I know it's you. Stop crying, you bitch. It must suck to suck." Whoever it was never replied. I thought it was weird, but I dropped it from my mind. A few days later, I get into yet another fight with my dad. He tells me how John's mom says she's worried about him because he never eats and looks sick. That she wants me to talk to him and make amends. My dad blames me because he knows the type of person I am, but I tell him to fuck off and that John could die for all I care. Next day I go to school and I see stupid John in the hallway with his hoodie covering most of his face, and of course he was looking down. I walk past him, ignoring him. But then I hear him say something, in a low whisper. "That's enough." I turn around and say, "What did you just say?" He looks at me with a blank stare and doesn't say anything. He really did look sick. His skin looked almost white and his eyes had bags like he hadn't slept in days. Not to mention he's usually a chubby kid, but he looked like a skeleton. He lost a lot of weight. We both stared at each other in silence until I tell him to fuck off and walk away. That night was Friday night and I couldn't wait to play, but none of my friends were online. What the fuck? Where is everybody? I tell myself. I then get a call on my cell phone from John's number, so I answer it. It's his mom though, and she says that John is in the hospital and she wants me to go see him because he looks very ill and he might not make it. All her friends are there except me and she really wants me to come. I tell her, yeah, okay, in a sarcastic tone, and I hang up. A few hours later, I get a message from his mom via text stating that he died. I couldn't believe it. Really, John? I yelled. You died just because I didn't want to be your friend? Whatever. I decided to go solo online tonight because I didn't want to think of John or anyone else. Once again, I'm playing King of the Hill, but my teammates fucking suck and we lose again and again, and I keep losing matches and it makes me go down a rank. Are you fucking kidding me? I yell in game chat. I start talking shit to everyone in the game, whether they're on my own team or not. A few hours go by and I get another notification on my screen. It's a message. It says, has sent you a message. Of course, it doesn't show the gamer tag. Okay, this is getting weird, I tell myself. I pull it up to see that this time around, it's a voice message. Confused, I listen to it to hear a static, no voice. At least it sounded like no one's voice, but I thought I heard something in the background, so I decide to listen to it again. This time I can hear a voice in a low whisper. It said, "That's enough." The fact that the voice message somehow got louder the second time I heard it would have been bad enough. But I noticed the voice sounded familiar. It was John's voice. It sounded different, but I know it was his. There was no denying that. Freaked out, I listened to it one more time. Silence. Nothing. Completely quiet this time. But the message was still playing, even though it was past 30 seconds. Usually it stops after that, but it just kept going. I decided to keep listening. Silence, then static. Out of nowhere, I hear the voice again, and it screams. That's enough! It said it in John's voice, but it sounded twisted, deep. I screamed and threw my headset on the ground. I stood up and thought, John isn't really dead. He's playing some prank on me to get back at me. Motherfucker! I was about to call his phone when I got a notification on my screen. Wants you to play Gears of War 4. I sat there reading the notification over and over. How the hell is he hiding his gamer tag? I asked myself. I accepted and he's setting up a private match on Ravendown for execution. 1 round. I see that he picked the COG side and I'm on the Locust. Weird thing is, in the lobby, his gamertag is blank, and his emblem is just a red skull. It looks different than the normal Gears of War emblem. I've never even seen this emblem, and I know for a fact that he never had it before. I yell in game chat, I know it's you, John! Stop messing with me or I'll fuck you up tomorrow at school! But he doesn't say anything. The match loads up, and we begin. Why the hell did you set it up for 1 round? You trying to get a lucky kill and then end the game? Still no reply. I run around the map and I can't find him. He's not there. John, where the hell are you? I run around the map several times until I find him just standing there near the statue, holding his Nasher out. There you are! Ready to get your ass kicked? I ask. Still no reply. I was about to attack him, but I noticed something weird. He was playing as zombie Anthony Carmine, but something was off. His face looked a little different, and his armor was pure black with dark purple reddish lights instead of the normal blue. I tell him, oh wow, are you using a mod? When the hell did you get a gaming PC? And how the hell are you using a mod in this game? I heard it's impossible to mod character textures. Still nothing. I stand there looking at this idiot's character, so I decide to just kill him because he's not moving. Gave up already, huh? I say, and right when I pull the trigger, my character randomly reloads and just keeps jamming. My character is stuck in a loop and won't stop. What the hell, John? I yell. I try to fix it and nothing is working. Now my character won't even respond when I try to make a walk. It's just standing there constantly jamming its gun over and over, and it just won't do anything. You're cheating! Using some kind of hack, aren't you? I'm beating your ass tomorrow, just wait! Suddenly I see his character turn to mine and start walking slowly towards me. I say, oh great, might as well kill me, but just know this doesn't count if you're cheating, you asshole. His character just stands there staring at mine. Then suddenly, my character just catches on fire and burns to death. It was grotesque. I could see my character's skin peeling off and revealing what was beneath as it burned to ashes in a horribly violent way that it was never shown in game. It turned my stomach and I almost wanted to puke, but I fought it. It was like seeing someone literally melt. It was horrifying. What the hell? I scream. How the hell did you do that? That's not cool, man. What the fuck? Still, he said nothing. Next thing I knew, the screen was zoomed in right on zombie Carmine's face, and all I can see was his horribly rotting face and the sound of flies picking at his flesh. Without warning, my screen just goes into a static and the power in my entire room goes out. I scream out of shock and everything is dark for about 5 minutes. Suddenly the power comes back on and I turn my Xbox on again. I try to message John, but for some reason I can't find his gamer tag anymore. When I searched for it, it was like it disappeared. I was shaken after everything that happened. Alright. I'll admit you got me good, John. But this is getting out of hand. I go to sleep early that night since no one was on, and I was still scared after everything that just happened. I keep telling myself that John is okay and he's just messing with me, but a part of me started to believe that he really was gone. Nah, he's just getting payback. He's fine. The next day I go to our local store to buy some snacks for game night with the squad. I just so happen to run into John's mom and she looks like a mess. Her face was extremely red and her eyes were bloodshot. She looked like she cried all night. Oh. Hi, Ramon, she says. I tell her, hey, for what it's worth, I'm sorry, okay? She looked at me straight in the eyes for about 20 seconds and suddenly starts screaming. It's your fault my son is dead! It's your fault! She started throwing things off the shelf at me and even started sprinting at me. I started to run away until luckily a man intervened and held her back. You're a crazy bitch, you know that? I say as I walked away. That night again, none of my friends were on, and I messaged my buddy Daniel, but he told me that no one wanted to play tonight after what happened. Maybe next week, he said. I was so pissed, so I took out my frustration on more players, talking shit, sending hate messages, the usual, until once again, a notification came up on my screen. Has sent you a message. I opened it to see it say, that's enough. Everyone keeps blaming me for John's death. I didn't even do anything. I seriously thought he was joking until I had to attend his funeral and see him get put into the ground. Alright, John. I'm sorry, okay? Please stop. I know I treated you like crap. I know you blame me, but it wasn't my fault. I can't concentrate at school. I keep seeing him in the distance, just looming over me. Watching. Waiting. For something. I accidentally punched the kid in the face that was wearing a similar sweater. I'm nervous all day, and I can't sleep at night. I just keep hearing those words over and over. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough! When I eat, the food tastes like ash. And when I sleep, I feel like I'm being watched the entire time. And every damn day, it gets fucking worse. I've lost weight. My skin is turning pale. Something is happening to me. I'm sorry. John.